Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is a 2v2. By the rating, it's pretty imbalanced. We'll see how it goes. Let's introduce the players. The top left, it's Eco Noob playing Seraphim. And his teammate is WhoIsThis Noob, Tagada, playing UEF. On the bottom, Flawful Noob, Seraphim. And to his left, Blinchik, playing Cybern. So the map is Adaptive Meteor, and I think this map is made by Cookie Noob. So it's adaptive, so you can play with probably up to 8v8, I would say. A lot of spots, you can spawn many people on the islands. You can spawn here, here, here. Not much space for this guy. But we're just 2v2 here, and we have a shit ton of mexes. Some underwater ones. These islands here. These clouds are kind of annoying. But anyway, let's get into the game. Second air from Tagada, he's going to be dropping. And I suspect EcoNoob will, and probably everyone, I would expect to go second air and make a transport. Maybe not a transport immediately, but relatively quick. Also have a great deal of reclaim. So I'm nearly would expect everyone to have gone Seraphim. Those floating arties. It's one of the most disgusting units in the game. The problem is, 1, they float. 2, they have massive amounts of damage. 3, you can't stop them with T1 PD. You have to have units, you have to have frigates, you have to have tanks to stop them. And on this map, there everywhere is a beach. It's beaches for days, no cliffs, so they can go anywhere. And especially over here on the left, you can see there's not much water at all, so using frigs to defend here, not really gonna happen. So these mexes over here are very difficult to defend. This is quite a weak spot. If you can, EcoNoob will be probably walking to here, and then he can just spam the shit out of Phobos. And if he can get to the main island, then it's going to be really good. But certainly here, he could definitely be getting past. I think you can even run along the side. I'm not sure if you can get through there. Not many tanks can get through. And it looks like EcoNoob did not go for a first transport. He's made he's made 2 air scouts. There's Blinchik's transport moving to the left. He's going to drop these spawns over here. See in the opening builder trying to get a reclaim. There's a lot of reclaim. So this map, when you see this many mexes and this much reclaim, you've got to be scaling your power very quickly because it's easy. I mean, the mexes take care of themselves. You can just click on them. You know, you're going to be building them, expanding at a decent pace. What you need to make sure you get right is the power spam. Many engineers on power spam as you're grabbing your mexes and grabbing all this reclaim. Get some extra factories for more build power. And EcoNoob probably wondering why he doesn't have a transport maybe, or no, he does have a transport here. It's quite late though. And also Tagada, where is his transport? Only making it now. Meanwhile, Lawful on the move. This is a 20x20 map, so I don't really understand why people didn't go first transport. I mean, Blinchik did. He just made some scouts. He didn't make any interceptors before his transport. So I think he did the best job there. Oh, needs to drop. So there's inties nearby. And we're gonna have a bit of an air fight. Looks like EcoNoob can win the air early on, but already 2 air factories from Blinchik. Nice stuff. EcoNoob says Wrong spawn positions. Okay, he was expecting something else, I guess. Rush Boy. Oh yeah, so Econoob also I think agrees with me that this is very vulnerable if you lose this shit. And you can see it's a Seraphim player as well. But Tagada is not going to be able to take that. Also, I think the ACU should be on the move. Now he does need a lot of build power in the base, certainly. So we'll see how they're scaling up now. Tagada has quite a lot of reclaim. And there's just so much here. Nice air grid being constructed. I think we need well, he has 2 factories making engineers for build power. Air grid going up, looking good. And we already have some navy as well. There are a ton of mexes. We're gonna see a lot more drops soon. See, maps like this really are very, I guess you could say they're technical, I guess. Well, maybe mechanical maps. So it is really about doing all the basics better than your opponent, expanding correctly, expanding as fast as possible. So we're gonna see lines of factories being built. We have mech breeds over here, so there was a bit of a drop and attempt at a factory, but nope. Econoob says he's not mentally ready. Well, it looks like it because he has some empty mech spots on his main island. Definitely not ready for this. Blinchik looks like he's doing quite well. God damn, there's so much reclaim on this map. Everywhere I look, I see even more. Not ready for cancer. Who are you? Well, Econoob is bringing the cancer for sure. Phobo's already on the move across the map before he even has barely any mexes. This bomber looking to do some damage, but he will be taken out. Blinchik looks to have some nice early air. Tagada only now dropping his right side. He can prop himself up certainly with the reclaim of these chunks of ice, but he is slow to that for sure. Have a couple of frigs out. We need those rally points. I think at the start of the game especially, just give your naval buildings very long rally points, like you'd see Zlo do, where you just give a rally point here, 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 all the way around, so it just goes where it's supposed to go and you don't need to worry about it too much. Oh, Tagada drops here, but the Phobos have found him. Flawful's gonna take out the engineers without much problem. See how this is essentially not possible to hold versus Phobos. Like if he has this island and he has Phobos moving this way, it's just not possible to even build anything here. I mean, there's literally no way to to hold this island versus Phobos in the early game at all. He would have to have navy and stuff all around to defend against the Phobos, because he obviously couldn't get factories and units up here. Doesn't have tech for making T2. So what is going to happen, I think, is T3 air rush, I would say, from, well, it looks like maybe Blin and Tagada will do that. T2 air coming up from Econoob. Not much happening right now. Look at all the empty mech spots. I mean, come on, guys. Faster. Flawful Noob making T2 on his ACU. Maybe we'll see that ACU dropped. Maybe. Or maybe he'll just be making T2 gens. In which case he should probably just upgrade a factory instead. And we have, yes, X upgrades coming up. See, the island is quite clean. He has left a bit of reclaim. Oh, he has quite a bit. Who has the most reclaim? Tagada looks to be doing the best on that. But what is the plan? We have T2 air from both the top guys. Have gunships for Tagada. Not much happening on the left. It's like Eco Noob securing this. And now actually the Navy from Tagada is going to try and stop the Phobos from encroaching. He has managed to hold on to this just about. I think maybe... yeah, nice trick with the UEF is to get T2 air and then make T2 support factories. Air support factories and then make Sparkies out of those. That is very, very helpful strategy, especially you want to upgrade these mexes and get T2. You want to get TMD. You want to make T2 PD here to defend versus Phobos. That would be good. Or even if you could get Sparkies onto this island and make T2 PD, that would be decent. Also, obviously, TML be a big threat. But with the map being so big, maybe TML is not so dangerous. Let's see where he would be. Well, from here he can hit the whole island. But yeah, TML not going to be too useful here with the size of the map. And Econoob really struggling far behind here. Maybe, oh well, maybe he's just stalling actually. I would guess he was. 97 mass income. Where's the Econoob? Only 5 T2 mexes. And also very, very limited amounts of units. Maybe he'll be rushing T3 air now that he has a couple of T2 P-gens adjacent to his factory. I think we'll probably see T3 air maybe. But as it is now, everyone is just trying desperately to keep hold of what they have, or even finish expanding. Look at this. Look at this guy. Empty. Yeah, it's funny. On FAF you can make maps which... Well, there's many maps on FAF that really people can't... Not this map so much. I mean, I would say if you're a decent player you can play this map, but some maps the level gets very, very low unless you have some of the best players on FAF playing them, because the maps are just so difficult. This map is pretty difficult. That's a drop, but it's gonna get stopped. There's not even T2 mechs here to kill, so nice idea, but not able to do much. The gunships are actually dealing with the Phobos quite nice. What we need now is T2 land so we can get some floating flak, and then there's nothing those gunships can do. And we can also add Yenzins in and everything then. Hover quite nice on this map, not just the Phobos, but T2 land hover, and also, I mean, floating flak is always good because it can't be torpedoed, and it has nice speed, and it's just a very good unit. Let's see, where's the T3 air then? Yeah, Econoob is going for that, unsurprisingly. Blinchik and Flawful not moving towards that. That's one thing, one of the most important things you need to sort out with your teammate is who's gonna make what, and especially the biggest decision is who's gonna make the T3 air, and looks like Blinchik has taken that upon himself as he makes his third T2 P-gen. It's quite a few T1 as well. And he seems to have quite nice eco, as maybe the most on the server for T2. Yeah, a lot of mexes here. So maybe time to invest in, indeed, T3 or T2 Navy is here. And the frigates are beelining towards this HQ. I don't think he's going to be able to... Well, this looks like it might be a bit of a waste of frigates because there is a Destro out already. Beautiful thing about the Seraphim, of course, if he was to go after the Destro. The Destro could just dive and do free torpedo damage. Also have subs in here doing damage. So this will be a bit of mass donated. Some kills on build power, but that's not a huge deal. We also have a torpedo launcher here, so no real damage done. I think these mexes can be killed by frigates. We can already see a nice PD up. Frigates will beat PD because they have the AoE, so the walls don't help too much, but it's still good to have a PD there. Helps defend and buy time. Phobos are still doing damage. She's still running through, and looks like Tagada behind on eco, maybe. Well, in fact, he has more storages, so that's really making up for it. Blinchik, you can see, just on straight T2 mechs. He has T2 Navy. No T2 Navy from Flawful. T2 Navy from all the players except for Flawful noob down here. What is he gonna do? Well, he now has the floating flag. Very nice. And he's cleared out this position. And he's gonna move on, and there has to be some... Well, I think T2 Navy actually has to be now brought across here. Maybe not all of it, because we have quite a few Destros, 4 Destros out already, which is quite significant, but he's going to have to send 1 or 2 of those, certainly across, and some frigates to try and stop this, but this, because the gunships are not going to save this now. Oh, Eco Noob getting abused. You can see the freaks actually did just kill the PD, and they're now going after the T2 mexes. And Eco Noob says tryhard season. Well, Blinchik is tryhard, certainly. Good player, and but the problem is he has Medusa. And he tried to be very clever and spread them out so that he could kill as many mechs as possible, but in fact it just, with the DPS of those things, it just gives Eco Noob time to react and actually deny any mech kills. We may see some mech kills here, but probably could have been more if they're all dropped in the one spot. The Vultus are cleaning them up. It's not really the damage exactly. They have decent damage, but they will miss even stationary targets. See, that didn't hit a mechs. Just hit the storage. But, oh, there's 2 more shells coming. And there it goes. So, 2 mechs kills. Not bad. Oh, a 3rd one up here. And on the right, this has not been stopped. He did send the Destro across, but it's a bit late. Now, I think these are only T1 mexes, so it's not the end of the world. We have a lot of Navy fighting over here, and the Phobos being enlisted to help as well. This Destro is at the front, not where you want it, taking a lot of frigate fire. And this is quite bad. He needs to run away, but I think he's gonna lose that. And that's a good kill from Blinchik, certainly taking advantage of the Destro being out in front. We have a lot of submarines for Eco Noob. This would be the place to send them. I think Blinchik needs some. This would be very good to put some torp defense here, because there's so many underwater mexes that could be vulnerable to just some subs. T1 or T2, that torp defense is quite good, and it's still continuing. Tagada leaves the Destro there to get as many kills as he can. They're decent at killing Phobos, but I think he would need to actually aim for the flags, try and kill them, and then use gunships, or even, as I said earlier, make the T2 support factory and get some Sparkies out for T2PD. That would be a decent idea. Eco Noob trying his best. He has ASF out. He has air control. This T3 pigeon is very slow. We saw him start T3 air a long time ago, Blinchik, but he still has not got the pigeon, and that means no T3 air. So Econoob is in position to do a lot of damage. Already has his second T3 pigeon up, so it's a big air advantage. You can also see him making T3 economy, reclaiming his T1 pigeons because they are less efficient. Of course, my navy can't swim. Oh, did he perhaps want to go through here? I'm not sure, but he can easily go through here. And you can see the difference. Blinchik not taking so much damage over here. Many dead mexes, 10 at least, dead for Tagada, and Blinchik is really running away with the economy, and that means he really needs to work on not costing the game, not losing the game through C3 air. And Econoob is losing all of his ASF to interceptors. He has just noticed, but it is too late. Even the last two, can we thought the spawn was bottom left. Oh my god! On storage T3 mexes. Holy shit. Tagging it out. Coming across to try and help Econoob, who has lost all of his navy. Look at all this dead navy. Much of it Seraphim. And that's an interesting T1 drop at this stage of the game. It's not advised. It goes down to just a frigate anti-air. And now we have a strat. And we're going to see a lot of mexes go down. There's no... Well, there is a SAM. He should have been able to see that because he was flying overhead as it was building. So yes, he knows it's there. He needs to carefully avoid it. I think he might be in range. Let's see if it shoots. He does take some shots, but is now out of range of it. We see that's a T2 drop, but there's gunship. There's a gunship here. Gunships are a great help for killing transports actually. So they have nice damage. Blinchik just doing very well with the navy, but he is going to lose. Well, hopefully he notices these T3 mexes at some point. You can see he has more drops planned. Support factories going up. For here, a ton of inties just... Oh, they got shot out of the air by the Phobos, which very skillfully saved the mexes from dying. Very nice, very nice. But this navy from Tagada is very dangerous, actually a lot more dangerous than what's left here. It looks like the Destros have been sniped by Tagada's torpedo bombers, and this, look, 2 shield boats. We have several frigates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyers in the area, cruiser, and there's no TMD here. And Tagada looks like he's in position to do massive amounts of damage. He can get to the shore here. This T2 factory never going to complete. No point in even building it. There's a lot of stuff about to die here. Just wondering why his air is there. Well, yeah, that is actually a lot of interceptors that just fell into the water. Now maybe Flawful can get in and snipe some cruisers with Phobos, with Yenzines. He has a lot of production here. But it's going to be difficult, and he's still sending his floating arty this way rather than down here. And the cruisers are about to get under the shields. The Destros are going to do massive damage. The other side, Econoob has successfully... Well, he's stopped the rot, it seems, but Blinchik is now going to react and move to the right and try and save his friend, save his teammate. Are these... Oh, he has noticed and he's starting to ring them. That's good. We probably have more T3 mexes on the way. Yep. Again, we're gonna need. This is not good. We need some storages here. But he has T3 air up. He has 3 T3 P-gens in a nice, pretty nice grid, and we have another Medusa drop, but it is gonna die to T1 bombers. And they all disappear. 10 kills in 1 bomb. More air production coming up. More T3 mexes coming up. And maybe we'll see T3 Navy at some stage, but T2 Navy is pretty good on this map. I think we'll be on T2 Navy for quite a while. This sub killing some underwater mexes. Very nice. Nice rating. And now the Navy has appeared. Flawful is upgrading to T3. He really needs to make TMD right now. Fortunately, Tagada is attacking into the shield rather than killing all of these free kills on all of these mexes. There's no TMD at all. At all. That's actually really bad to not have TMD. And he knows there's UEF Navy coming for him. But over here, TMD is not going to save these anyway. The Destra's doing a lot of damage. Now that's quite nice. Blinchik helping out hugely, getting in, going to snipe this Destra. This cruiser is surely dead. And maybe he can't snipe the shield boats, but they have lost their shields. One torpedo bomber can take them out. Those would be good kills, but overall all these frigates for Blinchik are going to die. And this problem is not going to go away that easily. On the left now, with Blinchik's Navy moved to the right, Econoob is pushing with his destroyers. Still attempting to do damage. Look at all the dead phobos. It's a fucking graveyard. Still have all these dead frigates in the water. Over here, it's a phobo massacre. But it's going to take a while to kill them all. And they will probably take some frigates with them, but this is not going to be efficient in any way. As long as Tagada keeps giving move orders every couple seconds, the frigates will live and all of those phobos are going to die. And there they go. That is expensive. That is really not good to lose phobos like that. And the shields are back. They did not get sniped. You can see they have 750 HP. That means they die in 1 pass to torpedo bombers if you can hit them, if the shield is down. But missed opportunity there, and so this Navy becomes a lot harder to kill once again. There's even ASF from Tagada now. And Flawful is in a bad situation, very bad situation. He's falling far behind, as he's taking far more damage than anyone else at the moment, and he's starting the gun. Okay. What is the meaning of this? Maybe just getting it for the crack. Maybe he's going to try walk to the edge and overcharge something, but I doubt that. And now we have both navies here in the center. A couple Destras and frigates. More Destras for Econoob. If they can coordinate, they can perhaps do a lot of damage here. But there's a decent amount of navy for Blinchik. He's doing quite well. Still having problems storaging his mexes, which is unfortunate. But you can see he's not taken any damage. He's done quite well on the left. Managed to be able to eco there, and only lost stuff to the strap bomber. Flawful losing a lot of mexes. Oh, they're hitting the ground there. Fortunately enough for him, there's a bit of a lip, which is not being shot over. Just the odd shell trying to get over there. And we have a lot of support build power here, and T3 air coming up. It's a very difficult situation. More hover getting wrecked. You can see many frigates actually have gone down because Tagada is not microing, so a much better fight here this time. But now that Tagada is watching, I fear the worst for those phobos. Flawful apologizes. Yeah, he knows it's not going well for him. Looks like, oh, Blinchik is going to lose some ASF here by sending these in, unfortunately. It's a bad idea. Blinchik is not too mad. But if we look at the, well, yes, it's a pretty decent advantage now for the top team. Net total mass is basically the same, but they do have more economy now. EcoNoob continues his air grid, not really putting more production into Navy. Oh, actually, in fact, he certainly is. Got all these support factories making destroyers. Very nice. Could do with some cruisers for that long-range damage. The tag at his Navy is just so powerful right now. Look at this. 9 Destros, 11 cruisers. That is way too many. Should just make more Destros, and I think at this point there's not much more you can do to Flawful. He has very, very little remaining. Can certainly clean this up, but a lot of the Navy could be used to help EcoNoob and crush Blinchik for good. Oh, Blinchik switches into the subs. Very nice. There are no Coopers whatsoever, so he's gonna have a lot of trouble killing them. Although there goes one of them already. There's just so many Destros that he may actually lose the Barrett. And yeah, it's very difficult to see a way back now. Perhaps some teleport could work, I guess. There's not much power between this team. They do have 20k power income, so it's possible. And Blinchik is starting the laser, so maybe we'll see some teleport. I hope. Well, Flawful does not have much power, it seems. Oh, he has this T3 Pigeon here, and he somehow still has many of these mexes. Tagada just can't kill this thing. Needs the cruisers to go at it rather than the destroyer. And over here, the Cyber Navy turns to try and retreat, and doing so, it can no longer fire. We have a decent force here, so I think he can fight this off. There's only 3 destroyers, but he's going to take damage. And now, oh, look at this horde of destroyers coming. 11 Destros. This is a complete crush now. This is all dead, and I think we might be about to see the end of the game, because Blinchik is in the water making this. There's nowhere really for him to run. The factories are quite decent at absorbing fire and protecting the Navy, but they are going to go down very shortly. And with that, the only line of defense. We do have some torpedo bombers, but well, there's only a couple of them. Tagada has brought his own as well to the party. And it looks very, very bad. Now, a shit ton of cruisers here, and Flawful even taking Destro fire. He's not going to survive that. All the main mexes have been killed here. And EcoNoob also sends in his air to finish it up. HQ is dead. Blinchik is going to be taking torpedo damage very shortly. And the game is going to be over. Well, we said it looked a bit imbalanced in rating, and I think, to be honest, Blinchik is certainly underrated. I think Flawful, well, he said he's rusty. I think he is one of the better players around, but not his best performance this time. He was a bit rusty, and against a very good player who's been spamming a lot of games. And there goes Blin. Yeah, needed to get in shape. Yeah, it's not a not a map to play when you're not feeling ready. One tactic at the start. Yeah, he rushed his inties down here. I don't think it really mattered. Couldn't really inti rush to catch a transport here. It's too much space to cover. But yeah, that's about it. Well played. Blinchik did quite well. Oh yeah, no full share. It's unfortunate, but it doesn't make a huge difference in this particular game. Flawful, well, didn't do his best, but he certainly did pretty well against Tagada. I think he just needed to pick T3 Air, T2 Navy, and put a lot more into that Navy. Maybe could have done some. He did try to do some nice drops. Maybe dropping on Econoob would have been better. This is a good spot to drop. There's a lot of mexes here. Econoob making advanced nano. He really does not want to. I think Tagada just bombed him. Okay. Well, let's see how this ends with this ACU. Well, considering there's about 20 or 30 torp bombers next to where he's landing, it's probably not going to go well. He just ground fired a strat on him. Oh, I wish I was zoomed out a little bit more. He just ground fired the strat onto the transport. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Well played, everyone, and send me your replays. And yeah, catch you next time.